Here on this stream is the Custom Xfinity Series at Chicago, presented by the JCR group. In the booth with me, as was in the preset race, I have D. Smith.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. Are you watching his stream to know whether or not we can join?
I'm pretty sure we can.
Alright, I'm going to blue screen. We're going to go ahead and accept these invites that I got 9,200 of them.
You're pudding.
Yes, thank you, Puddin, for setting this up and helping us out. Actually, only about 1,500 were for this lobby. He messed up and did another one. Got Nub on the pole in the 21 car. Let's hope that this 21 car does a little bit better than the preset 21 car did.
Oh, yeah, that's big facts, big facts.
We got Wide Open and Paw Bear out there. Thank you for telling me to join Wide. Thank you for tuning in, Paw Bear, and Sean Tattersall. Never heard of her. Just kidding, bud. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, I got it. I joined perfect time as they just took the 25. 21 to 22 leading them more.
Sean, I don't think Wide Open's going to be able to talk to you a whole lot. He's going to be like racing. Maybe under brakes he can. Go ahead.
He's going to be wide open racing.
Yeah. And
I haven't gotten to the wall.
Racer X Michael Moore going for the lead underneath the 21 at Got Nub, with Mick Loving, one of our RCR stars to watch here in that 7 machine. He's in third, pushing
JCR.
his teammate in the 1. What'd I say?
JCR.
You said RCR.
Yeah, JCR, sorry. I don't know why I said RCR. Definitely JCR. Take 2. No, sorry about that to the sponsors there. Yeah. The 08, who's the 08 in Customs? Is that Rowdy? Jay Tizzle, aka Rowdy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was wondering who that was.
Wide Open in the 36 back here. P. Cola Gator, not as fast as the other Cola in the league, but he is the P. Cola, sitting in 4th here. 22 of Monster Racing, hard into the wall. Collected in that is the 18, and shocker, the orange number 6 of Puddin.
Oh, I'd hate to hear his stream right now. My goodness.
Trump ALM running in the rear apparently did not get enough votes this time by, as we heard recently this week that he will not be in office.
Count all the laps.
Got Nub in the 21, sitting back here in 5th after starting on the pole.
Wait,
back
what
up.
race is it? Stop counting the laps. Stop.
Sorry. The 7 of McLovin into the wall, bounces off, collects his teammate of the 1, but they both hold on to it, and the 7 back into the wall. Is that the 8 of P. Cola on the outside? No, that's the 21 of Got Nub. Here comes the 08 of Jay Tizzle in that. I really like that 08 paint scheme.
I do too. I mean, I have a soft spot for purple. That was my high school's color.
I like it so much that it's one of the cars, entering next season, we get to pick our cars. And on the custom side, on my Xfinity team, I picked the 08 as one of my cars.
Yeah, I went with the only 2 Fords, and then the Earnhardt. I mean, somebody's got to pick Jeffrey.
That's unfortunate. Mick Lovin out to the lead, just like he has been in 97% of races here in the Xfinity Series. He's just killing it over here in this series.
Yeah, he's been real sweaty when he gets in these Xfinity cars.
Facts. Pretty good racing though.
He's got the plug in his name. I like it though.
Oh right, yeah, that works out pretty good having the JCR McLovin racing. Next time I have a question about what our sponsor's initials are, I'm gonna have to just switch over to his car. I really can't believe I made that mistake.
No, we'll cut that out in post. We'll be alright.
Yeah. Trump ALM going to the inside of the 8. That's P. Cola Gator. This is for 3rd place. He seems to have a really fast car. Trump actually usually is one of the fastest cars out here in the Custom Xfinity Series on a week-to-week basis. The issue holding him back is he tends to get caught up in a lot of the incidents that happen on track as well.
We got a 36 car wide open racing all in his bumper, and then the mayonnaise car gave them both a bump. So.
Yeah, the 36 was not lifting, as we all know. That is wide open.
I remember one race where, one race that he won, it was a fuel saving race. And
He
I
had
thought
the
it
Robbie
was
gears
very
in.
ironic. Yeah, I thought it was very ironic. It's like rain on your wedding day.
I think that was at Daytona. I'm pretty sure it was at Daytona. He won the first race of the season. He was running for Shin Motorsports, then he ended up over on KMS, and then now he's running for Wicked Motorsports over there with Wicked Gatekeeper. So, yeah, I'm 100% certain he won at Daytona. I don't know if he won another race, so that's why I'm going to say I think it was Daytona with the fuel strategy. They had a caution just outside of the fuel window.
I remember in season, it might have been 4.5. We all, in the Xfinity series, we all decided to fuel save and protest.
Gotta love it when a whole series fuel saves.
Hey, it wasn't a fun race. I think it was this very track. Now that I think about it.
And step number one of knowing that we're in trouble is your thinking. Just kidding, sorry.
You got me there. You got me there. Oh, the two Nokia machines out front. As we transition back to the racetrack.
There are still cars out there. Yeah, these guys are doing a little bit better than what we'd seen in the preset side. They're all running with nose to tail, making sure that they stay in it. I have seen some side-by-side racing, but it's kind of, you get that run, you try to make a pass in one corner. If you're unsuccessful, you kind of back off, just fall back in line and make sure that you push the guy that you were trying to pass back up to the guy in front. So really good racing so far to this point. Interested to see how the tires and stuff hold up on these guys as we go later in the stages, later in this stage, whether who's getting loose and who handles a little bit better. Unlike the preset race that we watched earlier, these guys already have the car to where they want it.
I think we'll be coming to 10 to go this combo. I couldn't really tell from putting broadcast. It's a little grainy at the moment. But...
yeah, I was having a hard time watching his. It seemed pretty blurry on my screen.
We'll figure that out and get back to you on that, right? As the 44 car moved past the 36. The mayonnaise car looking underneath it now.
Do we have anybody else in this series that streams? Somehow I want to say that McLevin streams, but I don't know as if I have him. I mean, it seems, yeah, I do actually have McLevin, and he is, yes, he is indeed streaming. They have 9 laps remaining when they just crossed the line. Awfully proud of you.
I'm proud of myself, dude. I just read your comment on Hidden Stream.
I have no idea what you're speaking of. You got a Jay Tizzle fan out there. Paul Bear's cheering for Jay Tizzle, most likely because that is his teammate over there at Shin Motorsports.
Where's Development at the moment?
Man, if you're going to ask me questions, at least ask me first. Make sure I know the answer before we're on air. I think they were at Chicago last week. Is that correct? Do you know?
I think, yeah, I do believe so.
So if they were... Which series were they in? Xfinity?
I don't know if it was Xfinity or Trucks, but it was one of those two. Because the last Cup one was Michigan.
Yeah, so they were...
I don't know how that went.
Yeah, so they were at Chicago in the Xfinity this week. So where are the trucks at this week? That would be the answer to where Development is.
They are at Daytona on Monday.
So this tomorrow would be a Talladega truck race then.
Oh, that ought to be. Sure.
It was supposed to be they were going to run whatever we ran that week in that respective series, but the rest of the league had a week off and Development raced, so they got all jacked up. Up here, up at the front, 44 car Trump.
Dicey.
He's going to the lead and 4 wide for second. Have no idea what's about to pan out. 3 wide now is wide open on the inside of McLevin. Racer X on the outside. Trump trying to hold them all off. And Picola is hoping there's no accident in front of him. Picola now looking to the inside of the 36 as he's trying to make it 3 wide as Racer X is falling off. And Picola now has the position. A little bit of contact. Picola lifts. Make sure he doesn't spin out. Somehow, though, Trump is not pulling away. You would think with all this racing he would be.
It's looking like Tuesday night. They're trying to make it to Saturday, folks. Everybody trying to get back by him here. Oh, as Racer X catches the outside wall, gets into the end zone. There.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he hates it here right now, but with all that damage that he just received, the best thing he can actually do is knowing that we're down to about 6-7 laps to go in the stage. Instead of pitting to repair the damage, he might just want to try to creep around. Either way, he'll get the lucky dog, but if he loses 2 laps, he'd be in trouble. So maybe just creep around for the next couple of laps so that you can get the lucky dog, be on the lead lap, pit, and just start in the rear.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true.
Thank you for tuning in, Creed. That's one of our Truck Series regulars, as well as Paul Bear and Sean Tattersall.
Boy, the 44 really was putting the block on the 7 right there. He wants the stage win.
What's this, 4 or 5 to go?
Probably. Yeah. I gotta find the McLovin screen because Clinton's is blurry.
Alright, breaking news. I was completely 180% wrong about development. They're at New Hampshire in the Cup Series next week. Or tomorrow. Not next week, tomorrow. Actually, I think next week they're off for the Christmas break week.
Oh, wow. Christmas is next week. Holy cow.
Next Friday is Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Also, to any viewers at home, I'm glad that actually came up right there. To any viewers at home, which there's not many of you, there's 6 right now, races will go on as scheduled next week. The only night that we're going to take off is development on Friday, which is Christmas Eve, and then the following Friday, being New Year's Eve, we'll be taking that day off as well. So development has 2 weeks off. The rest of the league will be running races as normally scheduled.
Ooh, the 7 might get a run up under the 44 on the bottom here. The 44 entered shallow like it was trying to break the draft on the backstretch.
It kind of looks like the 36 is putting too much pressure on the 7, I think, for the 7 to really be able to make a move. The one guy that I think needs to start making the moves, if anybody, is going to be that 8 car trying to get up into this top 3 for the stage points. And don't look now, but the contact between the 44 and the 7. The 7 way hard to the inside. I believe he caught the wall just like his teammate in the 1 of... And 7 back on the track, also still in the wall. That's a lot of damage, but with the few amount of laps left. Now, this is going to be huge on
36 at the line.
Whether or not the 1 pitted.
That was for the stage win right there. I do believe the 44 beat the 36 back to the line.
And then the 8 and 3rd. So Trump, wide open, and Pico Gator 1, 2, 3.
Wow. That was a heck of a finish right there for stage 1.
Sorry about that to the viewers. I was actually on the 7 trying to see what had happened. I thought there was still another couple laps. While we're on our stage break, you're going to see me along right here with the JCR McLovin Racing. Sponsor of the Giggity Racing League as of right now is JCR. It's a group of drivers trying to get their name out in the NASCAR heat community. JCR, JWOW, JCR Clashing, they created it. They have picked up and signed McLovin to be on their team, and so here in the Custom Xfinity Series, always going to be the JCR driver to watch will be the McLovin Racing Machine Team NOCO driver of McLovin.
Yeah, the 2 NOCO drivers right there ran 1-2 a lot of that stage. They actually ended up finishing 9th and 10th after making contact with both walls there. Unfortunate for them. We should see them at the regular Cup.
I think they're both on the lead lap, though. I think they both did, as I said, and just stayed out. And McLovin's incident happened on the last lap. But I will say the 44 was putting some dirty blocks there on the 7, especially for just a stage. He's lucky to have not been involved more than what he was with the 7 and end up in the wall. I'm hoping we're not seeing a race number 2 with some unsportsmanlike racing. As we look back in the pack, McLovin is trying to get his way back through the pack. Took it 3 wide on the outside. His teammate Racer X trying to push him, and McLovin again 3 wide to the outside.
Hornet's nest coming over the front stretch. That's behind this 8 car. Oh my goodness, they're 4 wide.
Monster Racing in the 22. He's trying to make his way back to the front as he was involved in some stuff earlier. Jay Tizzle gets pushed out of the way. 22 into the side of the 18. And the 7 inside of all of them.
Takes advantage of all of it. Yeah, he takes advantage of all of that and moves up
into 4th position. 5. Yeah. And here comes his teammate in the 1, Racer X. Also, like you said, they both ran 1 and 2 for a long time in stage 1. And they're trying to get back inside the top 5 now and work their way back to those top 3, who are just walking away with this Hornet's nest going on back here.
Monster Racing in the 22 tagged onto that 7 car's bumper. Puddin's tagged onto the one car's bumper. They kind of split up here back.
Ooh, the one in the 18 make a little bit of contact. 18 caught the wall. Sorry, not the one, the 21 in the 18. 18 caught the wall, but looks like they're going to recover.
I'm not sure which one got loose there off the corner, but that's definitely what it was. One of them got loose. I was on the wrong camera angle. To really
It looked to me like the 21 got tight underneath the 18, and the 18 ended up in the wall and bounced off, and that's what put the 21 down low.
Ooh, the 8's looking for second underneath the 36. The mayonnaise car trying to get up into the top two.
P-Cola Earnhardt and the Hellman's number. Oh, sorry, P-Cola Gator and the number 8 Hellman's mayonnaise car, putting the mayonnaise all over the wide open, as they are all chasing Trump at this point in time.
Yeah,
you know,
it's Tuesday night still.
If you're going to make a move after seeing the hard blocks that Trump was putting on McLovin there at the end of stage 1, I might try to make my move now where he's not as inclined to make the hard blocks, you know. That might be the move to make, because McLovin under the inside of the 8, that's for 3rd place. McLovin restarted.
Got loose off the 2 there and went down towards the wall there. He recovered nicely. As Trump hit the wall off the floor right
Battle
there.
for the lead. McLovin clears Trump, shoots to the inside of wide open. A little bit of contact. Wide open, I think, was trying to pinch him. McLovin said not today. And McLovin from 10th place on the restart, already up to the lead. With him came the 22 Ford Mustang of Monster Racing. Trump to the inside of the 36. This is for second. Great battling. 5 cars up front, and you got the 5 stragglers behind. They're all trying to work their way back up.
That drive to the front right there was actually pretty impressive from that 7 car. He didn't force his way through. He took advantage of other cars kind of bullying their way around.
Yeah, he actually, I mean, for the most part, he just went to the high side, let people do what they had to do, and then if somebody drifted up, he cut back down below him and took the position. Really good racing by that 7 car.
Smart racing, really. I mean, it's only the 2nd stage. You don't want to get the car damaged, slow it down any, mess it up for the 3rd stage.
Yeah, and you really can't afford to take nose damage at a track like Chicago. The draft is so important here, as well as the handling. You really need to have your car a little bit on edge where it's a little loose on entrance in order to kind of drive off the right rear to get the power down when you exit here. And if the 7 car had any front end damage, he would be tight in the corners, unable to drive off that right rear. Instead, he'd be driving on the right front.
Yeah, the only kind of damage you really can afford to handle at an aero track like this is side damage. Nose or rear damage is just going to upset the car too much in the corners and off. Ooh, 36.
Yeah, and side damage is actually really common here too, because coming off these corners, unlike a lot of tracks, the backstretch at Chicago is actually curved. There's no actual straightaway there. It looks fairly straight, but you can see it there on your view. It's kind of curved, so if you straighten your wheel out, you're probably going to tag that outside wall and get a little bit of side damage.
He'll be coming 10 to go right here in stage 2.
Breaking news, I now know what happened to Puddin. John Mango out there on YouTube told Puddin to send it, and he tried doing exactly that and couldn't handle it when he did.
I mean, to be fair, he hasn't lost a great deal of time to leaders. He is.
Ooh, 44 in the wall, 36 now going to go to the inside, 8 to the outside, 3 wide for second. The 8 seems to have the advantage, but the 36 has the preferred lane. But again, I talked about this in the preset race. In customs, you can set your car up to run the outside a lot better, and P. Cola takes advantage of that as he's now in P2 in that Hellman's Mayonnaise Chevrolet.
The 22 right here in 5th place, he's just kind of lurking, trying to figure out how this is going to go in front of him. Which I don't blame him. I'd let them duke it out amongst themselves and hurt their chances before I try to force my way through that little battle.
Alright, so we did this in the preset race in stage 2. There's only 10 drivers here, so let's go ahead and give you a quick point update as we go through the field, starting with points leader and race leader McLovin in that number 7 JCR star to watch. He's our points leader by over 100 points in this series. He has 10 wins, absolutely dominating this series. Looks like he's going to start the playoffs with that 5 extra points. However, don't forget, you only have 3 races to lock yourself into the top 4, and so anything could happen. But as of now, McLovin has been the car to watch all season. Jay Tizzle back here in the '08 Shin Motorsports car. He's sitting 8th in points, only 4 points behind Trump, so he really needs to get a move on and go try to catch him, as he does not have a win here in this series. Wide Open Racing is 2nd in points with a 20-point lead over 3rd place, but again, so far behind McLovin, his hopes now are to get the cars prepared for the playoffs. P. Gator is sitting
trying to get
12th.
the lead from McLovin right now.
And he successfully takes the lead on the track. So P. Gator in the lead, does not have a win, will make minimum race requirements, but is 7 points out of the playoffs right now. So this is huge for him to be able to get a win and or just all the points that he's getting right now.
So if he gets the stage right here, that's 3 points towards his draws right now.
Ed, though, sitting a little further back. He's about 50 points out of the playoffs, sitting in 13th. He will make minimum race requirements, but he is going to have to push it, the issue and either get a victory or score some major points here in the next couple of weeks. Trump ALM, spoke to him. He's sitting 7th in points. He's the one with 8 points over Jay Tizzle, and he's only 9 points behind Puddin. So he also does not have a win, but he is looks solidified into the top 10 as we enter the playoffs. Puddin sitting 6th in points. He's your first driver without a win, but we all know Puddin. We all love Puddin. He should make the playoffs. Got Nub sitting 5th with 2 wins, again solidified into the playoffs. Monster Racing 3rd in points. Racer X is 12th in points, so he's really close to Gator, also on the edge of making the playoffs. And we're back to McLovin as they get ready to come to 3 to go in the stage.
I don't think this battle for the lead's done here in wind down stage 2. The 7 gives him a push through turn 3. Is he going to peek the nose up underneath him or just keep it behind him? Oh, down the front stretch, he's pushing him. Does he shove him through the corner here or try to beat him to it? Oh, he lifts. Wants to get the better run off right here front down the 8. The 8's doing a great job holding the 7 car back.
Yeah, these two are just pulling away from the rest of the field as they've hooked up nose to tail. The 7 is trying hard to get into that number 1 position as they come to 2 to go this time by.
I'm just letting the action play out for itself right here, honestly. Ooh. Weird entry right there for the 8. I think he was trying to make sure the 7 couldn't get below him, but it kind of cost him a little bit. Round. I think the 7's going to try to make his move on the last lap of the stage here.
I believe so too.
Corner right there.
He's going to try to use the draft to come flying up on the 8 car. Here he comes. He's all over him. He goes to the outside. White flag here in stage 2. The 8 car gives, holding the bottom line well. The 7 goes to the outside side by side as they go into turns 1 and 2.
Let's see how this outside line's going to work. We said it can work for the customs, but not so much for the preset. Going down the back stretch into 3. It's not done yet. They're drag racing to the line for the stage win. Side by side.
The 8 drifts up.
4.
Yeah, the 8 drove in a little too hard. He drifts up. Looks like the 8 should be able to hold him off, but the 7 definitely has a hard charge there. Looks to the inside, looks back to the outside. Pete Gator will win stage 2 with McLovin and Trump sitting P2 and P3.
That definitely helps his playoff battle getting. But I mean, a win in the race will lock him in either way. But if he ends up not getting the win here, those 3 points are gonna come in handy.
Yeah, that's actually going to put him within 5 points now of making it into the playoff position. A driver I'm not seeing out on the track that's higher up in points is Buck, actually. I'm not sure where he is in the sponsored black number 5 Toyota.
Yeah, where is Buck?
Speaking of which, Buck.
Yeah, he's been quiet in the chat today. He probably had something going on. But
all right, as we're on the stage 2 break, let's go ahead and do this. It'll probably be the final time. Sponsor here, the Giggity Racing League, JCR. A couple of drivers, JWoww and Clashin, created a group, I guess, a team trying to get some NASCAR Heat community to acknowledge them, and paying for sponsorship between leagues, and actually Joey Gase Race Car, they're NASCAR. They've picked up McLovin, and McLovin is the JCR driver to watch here in the Custom Xfinity Series as we get ready to go green in Stage 3. Pete Cola leads McLovin, as well as Trump, Wide Open, and Monster Racing, as we are now in the final stage here in this one at Chicagoland Speedway for the Giggity Racing League.
53 laps for this last race, actually. So, and the gas gauge turns to 27 going into the first turn, so yeah, it's pretty much split with final stage and a half, just like the preset race.
Yeah, well, unlike the preset race, though, here, depending on your gear package that you've decided to put in your car, some of these guys might run a third gear instead of a fourth gear at a higher RPM, which would actually cause you to waste that fuel. So this could come down to a fuel mileage here for the Custom Xfinity if there's no cautions.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, because on Puddin's stream, his gas gauge did change a lot sooner on the next lap than the previous one. So he's running more than a lap of gas every lap.
Yeah, and you're definitely going to want to be one of the guys, if that's the issue. The 8 car might have a problem if he's running the same gear package as Puddin. I don't know if he is. But being out front, if you're burning more than 1 lap to the lap on your tank, you're going to have to fall back and ride in the draft to be able to save that, because you're going to have to make it, you said 53 laps, so they have to go at least 27 laps in one of these runs, and that's maximum amount of fuel to your tank. Yeah, so the tires have to last, and you have to make a full run.
That's dead on the fuel run, yeah. This pack's staying together for the most part so far, these first couple laps.
The 8 car of Picola has drifted to the outside. Looks like he's going to let the whole inside pack go and try to fall into line. And with that happening, the 44 of Trump has taken the lead. The 36 of Wide Open is now falling into second. But if Picola is trying to save fuel in that 8 car, he needs to not be on the outside, as being on the outside, you're driving further around the track, which is causing him to waste even more fuel. McLovin falling a little bit further back, and somebody we haven't spoken about a whole lot today making his way into the top 5. That's Got Nub with all the left side weight that is missing. Yes, he does not have a hand. He has a nub. That's why his name is Got Nub. In that 21 KMS Chevrolet.
Well, this field's under a blanket right now. I'm loving this racing I'm seeing right here in the custom car.
Great battling Monster now to the inside of 36, 3 wide as we enter turns 3 and 4. 22 catches the apron up into the 1, catches the 21, 8 in the wall after that contact. This does not look promising at all. Looks like they're going to hold on to. Oh no, the 1 into the wall after the 7 seemed to get a little swirly and gets up into his teammate. Racer X not having a good time, not very impressed with what had just happened. Loses a lot of, where'd he go? Oh, ow. I didn't realize he actually spun all the way. I thought he just caught the wall, but Racer X is about a half a track behind. Now, on a positive, that would make it a lot easier for him to save fuel, as he can just go at a slower pace.
He could use 4th gear now.
Yeah, absolutely. If he set his gears to where 4th is at a lower RPM. Sometimes, man, I've seen some setups where you test them out and
they get wonky.
Wonky. You go to click into 4th gear and it spins you out because the RPM gauge just skyrockets because they're running such a lower RPM with 3rd to max potential. Somebody, I don't know what's going on here. Puddin is in the top 5 as he is in front of McLovin. That is for 5th place, but as it sits currently, the Whataburger Chevy Camaro is in the top 5 of Puddin.
I was running some practice races with Puddin and some of these guys earlier today. Puddin does have a piece out here tonight. He is quick. It's just staying out of trouble as he moves into 4th underneath the 08. Staying out of trouble, getting clean laps.
Puddin actually just made a move on the 08 and has gotten into 4th place as he's now trying to catch up to Monster and Wide Open. Now, keep in mind, Wide Open did used to race for him in the KMS stable. A little contact between he and the 22. 22 drifts up after the contact. Oh, Puddin gets up into the 22 on exit. Oh, boy.
That 6 car might be a little loose off the corner. That looked like he was trying to save it. I almost shot him into the wall, but he's moving into 3rd either way right now, so...
I've actually kind of, I've always spoke to Puddin. He gets a little excited. He always has a pretty good piece. He's got a good car at a lot of these tracks, but once he gets up inside the top 5, he tends to drive a little differently. I don't know if he gets nervous or what his issue is, but I'm definitely hoping not to see that, man. I want to see Puddin get a good finish. I'm not trying to seem lopsided here, but man, Puddin works his butt off, and he does a lot for this league in general. Really just want to see him come out with a good finish a couple of these weeks. He really needs to just start putting them together. Again, he's consistent enough to be the first car without a win in the series as he's sitting 6th in points.
If that Whataburger 6 car gets to victory lane, I don't think anybody would be upset with that throughout the league, though.
Yeah, I think every single driver and every person that just views this and doesn't even race in the league, everybody knows who Puddin is, and everybody's got that soft spot for Puddin.
Oh, yeah. He's got a chain of cars behind him. Wanted to get by, but I think they're going to have to run down this, what's that, 44 car up front?
Yeah, that's Trump up front. And it definitely looks like the 36 and the 6 are getting a little loose on exit. Something they might want to do, actually, they might want to swap. And oh, Puddin goes to the inside of 36. This is for 2nd place now.
McLovin looking right behind the 6. He just stay in line behind him.
14 viewers out there on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in as we see the 6 of Puddin trying to get into 2nd place. Ed, though, in the 18, he was the one mowing the grass in there. He's not getting paid for that, but he is doing some lawn duty for us. McLovin now to the inside of Puddin.
Job security, boy, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I was going to say when...
they're trying to split Puddin.
That got dangerous. When Puddin was following wide open, I was thinking they might let McLovin out in front of this pack so that they can use his speed to try and catch that 44 car. But Puddin's got some pretty good speed. I don't know as if he's holding up the 7 or if the 7 is just trying that hard to make a pass and get up into 2nd and try to track down the 44 himself.
36 looks underneath, Puddin right there with a shove from the 7.
Puddin drifts up just a hair.
Now that's one thing you gotta worry about coming off the corner. If you get pushed up the track, it does want the rear end does want to come out from under you while you're sliding up the track.
Yeah, that's more so in the Customs than in the Xfinity. It gets really, really bad with these setups as you're trying to pinch, put a little bit too much wheel input in it. It will cause rear end to step out. The one person enjoying all this racing is we see McLovin on the inside of the 36. Now that's for 2nd. Trump ALM is having a blast seeing all this racing as he's able to just walk away from the rest of the field.
But the car he didn't want to see behind him is that 7 leading this line around. They may get to him in no time. Let's just call that 7 car the state of Michigan right now.
Pretty good battle in this. Man, if this 2nd pack, or if that big pack of 5 cars right there, if they do work together, there's no doubt in my mind. With the amount of laps left, they will catch that 44 car. The fact of the matter is, will they work together, or are they going to keep trying to battle for position?
You know, I'd hope they'd try to work together to get up there, but seeing as we're about 12 laps away from pit stops, I don't know. It's up in the air right now.
No, McLovin's getting them there. They're definitely catching that 44 car right now. The 44 had about 10 to 12 car lengths. He's down to about 6 or 7, I'd say, right about now. They're definitely catching that 44. As I say, that wide open goes to the inside of the 7. I don't know if he got loose or if he's trying to make a pass, but either way, I don't like it. He may have actually been signaling he was going to pit.
Not this soon. I wouldn't think he's doing it.
I don't think it would benefit you. You're going to have to go halfway. If you can't make it halfway, you will be pitting twice. And if you make that 2nd pit stop, you're guaranteed basically to finish a lap down here.
Yeah, and these races just aren't long enough to split it into thirds to do it. It's like the F1 2-stop strategy instead of a 1-stop.
Out there on YouTube, we got Paw Bear and John Mango out there saying that they would love to see Puddin get a win. You know, I'm not going to deny that, but I will tell you, none of these other drivers are just going to hand him one. He is going to have to go up there and earn it. As I say that, McLovin and Wide Open have now separated themselves from the rest of the pack as Puddin went around the 22 car of Monster Racing. All this separation that they have right now, and Monster now trying to get back to the inside of the 6, this is going to make it difficult for them to catch that 44 car.
They're coming up on the 1-car lap traffic where he does pull down out of the way of these leaders. Now, holding it down here on the bottom in this corner is going to be a little tough.
He got on the track a little, but he gets back down. Luckily, he didn't spin out.
Clenching right there.
Oh yeah, that was a pucker factor. Really good move though by the 1.
much respect.
He got on the track. That's really cool that he pulled out of the way. He actually could have done as we've seen in the presets and tried working with the 7 to help push him up there, but he chose not to. And as well as good driving by the 1, when he got halfway on the apron, halfway on the track, it's really easy to spin out right there. And with him being in front of basically half the field at that point, definitely could have brought out our first caution.
Now, you see this 44 out front, and he's entering really low, trying to break the draft down the back stretch. I don't like that move because if you enter low, you're just going to push up the track and open up the door on bottom for that car behind you, as we see McLovin.
Yeah, we're actually seeing it right here. The 44 is drifting up way high. He's unable to pinch the 7 down. He tried to there, but the 7 was already there. 7 is already your leader now. I don't know if the 44 is doing that, that to... Ooh, little contact. I don't know if he was doing that to break the draft or if that's just his entry point, as we've seen him do that same thing right there. I wouldn't call that a dive bomb because that's just the line I've been seeing the 44 drive so far. And of course now he high arches it back in.
What is a dive bomb, really? People call it coming, like, at Michigan from the top of the track to the bottom. That's just a fast line.
Well, so hold on. Right, a dive bomb, speculation on a dive bomb. There's been a lot of questions on that, and people's defense is, right, but I held the bottom. If you go from the top down to the bottom and trying to get to the inside sooner than the other, that's what most people call a dive bomb. However, if you're able to do it and hold the bottom, that's just a racing pass. Yeah. If you drive it in so hard to get underneath somebody and either catch the apron or you'll go flying up the track and make contact with the person in front of you, that is a dive bomb. And that is exactly why I was saying I don't consider that to have been a dive bomb from the 44 there. Contact was made, but that was the line that he had been running for about 3 laps as he was trying to beat the 7.
Because, I mean, the fast lane around any track is up against the wall in the front stretch down to the bottom of the corner.
Yeah.
If you can hold it on the bottom of the corner, then I don't see it as a dive bomb, so I completely agree there. Is it the 36 limited outside 44?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those, I hear dive bomb city or I hear all this dive bomb stuff, and that's just the way I view it. If you can make the move and hold the bottom, I see it as a successful move, regardless. If you go down and you make that move and you go flying up and cause incident or hit another driver, that's a dive bomb. You just plowed it in there for no reason when you should have probably waited, try to get him on exit or something.
An example of that you see on this game is that Charlotte going into 3 and 4.
Oh yeah, 3 and 4 is really tricky at Charlotte. You gotta lift accordingly, or you're just gonna go shooting up the track into anybody on the outside. 44 still trying to break the draft.
Maybe he's just trying to run the Pro League line. I'm not sure, but it moves him up the track coming out the corner. And it loses so much speed and opens the door on bottom. I don't see that working out for him much longer.
Well, and what's not working out for him is he's costing himself so much time. As that right there, that's what I call a dive bomb. There was no way he was going to make that work. The 7 had cleared him. He tried getting back on the track, dived in, and that he spun out. That we were just talking about the dive bomb aspect, and now Puddin is up here battling for the lead as he's in 2nd place following Monster Racing. I don't know what's going on. Oh, he gets loose on exit, makes a little contact with the 7. They both save it.
Ooh, I fucked it on that one.
No, I did too. I thought that was going to be our first caution of the night.
The 6 clears the 7, coming out of 2 onto the back, catches the apron just a little bit. 22's loving seeing this behind him now.
Yeah, the other thing that was going on with that 44 when he was trying to do that bottom line to break the draft is by breaking the draft, he actually cost himself so much time. That's how all these guys were able to catch him and be a battle of, putting hard into the wall. McLovin actually followed him up and into the wall. But McLovin not quite as bad as now. Wide Open and McLovin both get by Puddin, and here comes Pete Cola in 5th.
Pit road is about to get busy next time by. As this is the halfway point of the stage, I do believe, yeah.
Ooh, Puddin and Picola make a little contact. McLovin, I just seen him signify that he's going to be going to pit road this time by. Is wide open. Monster stayed out, Wide Open stayed out, Picola stayed out, Puddin and McLovin on pit road. I believe Puddin just spun. Puddin spun and has heavy damage.
He didn't hit anything on my screen.
Okay, he might not have damage.
Lucky for him if he didn't end up hitting anything. But he
Looks like he lost a
did.
position to got nub, and he's going to lose a lot of time by doing that. But you're right, I don't see any damage. I just most of the time when somebody spins in there, they hit that inside wall with their front end. Monster wide open and Piccola all pitting this time by.
And the 36 is wide open did hit the wall there on the inside.
Oof. This is not an easy track to come off the track and onto pit road.
It's not. Last night, as my tire blew getting onto pit road, I missed the commitment box and actually had to throw it in reverse to touch the line with the back of my car to register to pit road.
Oh, that's interesting. McLovin back on track. Gonna go to boom. He's got a little bit of damage on his left front is what it's showing on my screen. You guys can see it there on your television or laptop, cell phone or computer, whatever you're using. But looking behind him, Puddin was the only one that pit with him, is that correct?
The 7?
Yeah, and got nub, but got nub was a little farther back.
As the 7's gonna be coming around the 22 and the 8 here.
He's going around the 8 now. The 36 spun on pit road, so he should already have passed him. So he's catching up now to the 22. This would be for your race lead.
And if it stays green, might be actually broke for this field tonight if it stays green, honestly.
Yeah, something else we talked about in between races that I kind of want to point out here. Exiting pit road on these tracks, if you're one of the guys that pits early, when you exit pit road, you're actually at an advantage that you can kind of get on the track because there shouldn't be any cars coming. You go a little over a lap down here when you pit, so you can kind of get right on pit road, whereas if you're the guys that pit a lap or two later, you really have to hold that apron because the rest of the field's going to be coming around to catch you and or pass you. And, you know, via the rules, unless it's clear, you can't just jump on the track. So I really think that helped play into McLovin getting this big lead, as well as the amount of time that he made up by having fresh tires for that one extra lap.
Exiting 2 right here at the bottom of the track, right from the above view, you'll see where the dot goes. The bottom goes solid to dash. That's the blend line if you have to stay down there if the track is not clear on the exit. So the track does tell you where to blend up at most tracks.
Yep. It does. Yep. Verifying you are correct.
If the track is clear, though, if there's no cars coming on the front stretch when you're coming up pit road, fucking send it, bud. I mean...
Are we allowed to say that?
Ignore it. Ignore it.
That will be corrected when we go back to our editorial system. Also, we can't do that, so that'll be there.
We'll cut it in post.
Right. Cut it out. Cut it out. Sorry, got a little tickled there. So, yeah, we're seeing McLovin up here in the lead. That is the JCR car to watch here. He has one lap older tires than the 22, so we've seen it in the presets, and I would not be surprised if I see the 22 of Monster Racing catch the 7 by the end. But with only 20 laps to go, you've really got about another 5 or 6 laps before that one lap fresher tires is really going to come into play. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. And Piccola Gator also in the 8 pit 1 lap later than the 7 as well.
Yeah, and they just took 20 to go right there, so you were dead on with the lap count.
Sanity out there asking who JCR is. JCR is the sponsor of the league now. That is a group of drivers that have gotten together to get acknowledgement in the NASCAR Heat community. They have decided to start sponsoring us, and they are sponsoring every series in the playoffs, as they will be doing a cash payout to the champion for each series.
We really appreciate them coming on board. Dude.
Yes.
Try to up our viewer counts maybe a little bit.
Yeah, they're actually, like I said in the preset race, I don't think I've said it here in this one, they're going to be, we put out the stream, and they're going to go ahead and send it to all their social medias and stuff like that they have, that, you know, them being a different group than what we are, that therefore it'll acknowledge our league and get us a little bit more hype, as well as getting those drivers noticed more. Actually, one of the co-founders, JCR, JWoww, is actually coming to Giggity Racing League next season, as he was drafted, so he and McLovin will be here in Giggity next season. How many laps do we have left?
Puddin just took 18, so they'll be coming to 17.
17 laps to go for the leader here as they go through turns 3 and 4. Well, when he gets line 17.
Monster hasn't been able to close the gap into 7 at all, but he hasn't lost any ground to him either.
I'm trying to scroll through the field, show you a little cars. Wide open with a lot of damage after that pit road incident. I'm sure he has that fixed. Yeah, put it out, put it out. Piccola riding here in third, also not gaining any ground right now.
Yeah, pretty evenly spread among the top three, about
I'm gonna go get it.
5 or 6 car lengths between each spot. After that, fourth place, I'm not sure who's in fourth. This field's actually very spread out equally between each car.
Okay, I'm going to try to watch. The 8 car is in front. If I'm going to guess, I'm going to go with Got Nub. He was the one that entered pit road with Puddin. And he looks like he's the car in front of Puddin right now. I can't really tell, though.
Wide Open is in fourth place.
Oh, so okay. So Got Nub's in fifth. I can see it now. That's a blue and white car in front of Got Nub, so that makes sense. Puddin would be in sixth. And that's as far as I can go right now.
Seventh, I think, is Jay Tizzle, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking Jay Tizzle and Edtho are 7th, 8th position. And then Racer X and Trump, who had big issues in this stage without a caution, were probably 9th and 10th.
Boy, Saturday afternoon hit him like a train.
McLevin is actually pulling away from Monster right now.
Yeah, he's starting to open up that gap just a little bit.
We had a blast from the past in the first race as Little Man was in YouTube. And we have a Woodruff in YouTube here in the Customs.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a while.
Yeah, but he's tuning in. He said, hello.
Hello, mate.
No, you're not, Robbie.
Robbie, when did you get here? Just kidding, everyone. Robbie's not here. That was me.
Sounded so much alike. Pete Cola doesn't seem to be gaining on the 22 either, but they seem to be keeping their distance pretty well. And Mills also out there in YouTube land.
Mills.
We got a Canadian and a Woodruff.
Boy, the diversity in Giggity, I tell you.
Mills actually tuned in last night too during the Custom Cup Series race. I was in the IRR and I kept hearing Puddin talk about him, and he was all excited, slobbering on himself and stuff. But now I'm actually seeing him in YouTube land.
I can hear it. Millsy!
Not intentionally, of course. His teeth were in the cup next to him, so it caused him to slobber a little bit.
I wonder if he puts Keystone in his denture cup.
I don't think Daniel Thomas would be too pleased about that. It does seem on track like the 8 Hellman's Mayonnaise car is catching this Ford Mustang Moneyline 22 of Monster Racing. I don't know if he's catching him enough, though.
Oh, you got me on that one, bud.
Cal, actually, he never put them on. Right. Country Cal asking about your pants situation.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I always wear pants. Is Caliber wearing pants is the question.
So, looks like Edzo's one in 7th as he's in front of Jay Tizzle. But I'm not really sure because the 1 car is in front of both of those guys. And I don't know if the 1 actually went a lap down, but the 1 is actually like cruising right now. He's catching, Puddin and everything.
Yeah, the 7 car just took 10 to go that last time by. So they're ticking away now.
So
if it stays green, it's 7 cars race to lose right now.
So the JCR star to watch. JCR star to watch.
Take 2.
McLovin Racing out here in the lead with coming to 9 to go right now. That was difficult to say.
It sounded like it was. The JCR car to watch. Ooh, yeah.
Well, you made it sound a lot easier than I did.
That's right. But he is definitely the car to watch right now because he's out front by, I'd say about 4 seconds, maybe.
Sanity out there saying toothless for president. Speaking of presidential candidates, we're riding back here with the 44 of Trump ALM 2020. His car just hasn't gotten the votes this time. He did have that spin out, and I believe he's to be riding in 10th place right now.
Yeah, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, they just all went flying by him right there at the end of this race.
I was kind of thinking like Illinois, they are at Chicago. Right, so McLovin definitely has the car to win right here in that Brandt Chevy Camaro. This is a Team NOCO win. I believe this to be his 11th of the season, actually.
I'd say 11 too many.
I mean, we seen him earlier driving up through the field. I mean, he did a remarkable job getting through those guys early in stage 2, and he started dead last. I mean, he's done great out here. Definitely been
fun driving through them like that. Honestly, I would have if I had the car that was blowing the doors off all the other ones. I'd drop to. I mean, I know he didn't drop to the back of the curve, but I'd love dropping back and just getting some passes in there.
Yeah, I really like doing that in pub lobby sometimes, you know, when everybody else is on preset and I'm on custom, it makes me feel good. But when I'm racing people of my caliber, I can't do that. Because apparently you have to be like good or something, and, well, I'm tatty.
Nah. 7 cars coming to 5 to go right now.
Yeah, the battle that we're watching right now is actually for 2nd place. P. Gator has closed the gap on Monster to about 2 car lengths.
There's a little battle to watch.
Yeah, he should be in the draft right now, and so with 5 to go, I'm not so sure if he gets around. I don't know if Monster will be able to stick with the 8 as he gained. I mean, that was a good, what, 3.5 second gap?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And just an update on the 1 car, he is a lap down as he just passed Puddin. Puddin is in 6th, but the 1 car has 10th place above his car, so.
Roger that. So the 8 car coming up here on the 22. He's trying to look to the inside. He may have just actually gotten loose. Racer X sitting in either 9th or 10th position, depending on whether the 44 car is lap down.
8 car caught the apron right there coming up the corner. Lost a little bit of ground on the 22, but
yeah, and they'll be coming to 3 to go this time by, I believe.
Yes.
Which is not a lot of laps.
That's not a lot at all. You off the rut.
Right, it's a lot less than 10.
About 7. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I have a blast up here in the booth, honestly.
I try to.
I mean, Mondays are fun, but I feel too responsible having to do the broadcast on Mondays and keep Dylan in check, you know. But
that's a job on its own. That's why we have a 3-person broadcast team on Mondays. You have 1 broadcaster, you have Dylan commentating, and then you have somebody to keep Dylan in check. Whereas all the other broadcast nights are allowed to have just 2.
Dale Gosser is usually talking about potato salad, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Breaking news, Delgato may actually be in the booth next Thursday. Right, so Monster racing under fire here by P. Gator. They have 2 laps remaining right now. Getting ready to take the white flag. When does P-Cola make his move?
Looks like he's trying to do it right now on the front stretch. 22 shuts the door on it though.
Hopefully he doesn't make a Trump block, because that did not pan out earlier for the 44 car. I believe the 8's going to be a little bit more, you know, he knows that he's got at least 3rd place. So I don't see him pushing the issue too bad, but he definitely 2nd is better than 3rd.
Oh, they're snaking down the back stretch trying to get that 2nd spot.
I like what the 22 did there, though. He got a little bit higher of an entrance, so he's actually going to have the power off. The 8 really needed to arch that a little bit better. I don't think he's going to be able to get there, and he will not.
Car just crossed the line for the win, though, the JCR McLovin car.
This is your race winner tonight.
The JCR McLovin car. That's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's like the McRib.
Dude, I ate a McRib yesterday, my 1 per year.
Was it good?
Yeah, sure. Are we sponsored by McDonald's or anything?
No, McLovin.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool, actually, if we were able to...
Cool and strange, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead
But
and actually invite McLovin in here. With him winning the race as the JCR car to watch on the opening night of JCR. Just became a sponsor last night, actually. So we're going to go ahead and try to get him here in the booth with us.
gonna try to get this interview in quick as somebody's gonna go pick up some food soon, don't he?
Yeah, and I'm not going to McDonald's. Probably going to go to Wendy's.
Gotta watch out for them fingers in that chili though.
Yeah, but their burgers are square, so they just seem better.
They don't cut corners at Wendy's, buddy.
Facts. And fastest lap of the race goes to, surprise, surprise, JCR McLovin Racing.
Who the fuck it?
Behind him was Jake Tissel.
That's a pretty good race, though.
I mean caution-free, both races.
Caution-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting here on the daily leaderboard, McLovin actually just got 5th, followed by Gotnub, J Tizzle, Monster Racing, Trump, and P. Cola. So 5th through 10th on the daily leaderboard.
Week to week, you see, the Giggity drivers usually on weekly whatever track they're running.
Yeah, McLovin actually is 4th on the weekly. He didn't hit that today, apparently, as is Racer, X, Gotnub, J Tizzle, Monster, and Trump. They're on the weekly leaderboard.
Usually
McLovin is on the all-time leaderboard here. Yeah, McLovin actually made the all-time leaderboard here. Whatever lap he hit earlier this week, he's sitting 7th all-time, and he's sitting in victory lane here tonight. Apparently, he does not want to come talk to us, though.
Last call for victory lane interviews.
We're going to give him 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, McLovin decided not to join us here for his interview tonight, so we're going to go ahead and end 3 seconds later. So in the booth with us here tonight, we have race winner JCR McLovin Racing. Or what was it, JCR McLovin car?
McLovin car. That's right. That's got a real nice ring to it.
Is your voice set to always loud, Bub?
Yes, sir, like always.
Congratulations on the victory, man. You definitely had the car to win, or you had the speed of all the cars, definitely took off. Some of the guys were trying to work together and race. Go through there in stage 2, you actually started dead last, or second last, after that incident at the end of stage 1. Just go through that real quick.
Well, had some damage after the incident in stage 1. Don't know really what the issue was there. Kind of felt like I got my nose chopped off on 2 different occasions. The first time I was able to save it. Second time, not as lucky, but you know, you got to just rebound. Started in the back of Racer after we both got an incident in stage 1, and really just at that point for the first couple laps I was kind of driving peed off. So I did my best to get to the front as quick as possible. Then I kind of noticed that those guys were kind of like, every time I'd get out front, they'd line up and not even race each other, you know, like try to stay there with me and get back to me, which is smart on their part. Nothing against that, and it's just what they had to do. But the car was amazing. I mean, I put it together a few days ago. Me and Racer had it, and like I knew when there was no draft who had the best car. And that's not to like sound cocky. That's just I knew I had that much faith in the car itself.
Yeah, we actually just went through, we looked on, and you're on the all-time leaderboard with that piece that you brought here tonight to Chicagoland Speedway. Not only did you get the victory, but your name is JCR McLovin Racing, and tonight was the first night with the Giggity Racing League being sponsored by the JCR crew. So first off, congratulations, and we definitely kept our eyes on you and made sure that the JCR car to watch, I said it right this time, we had all eyes on you, and it was pretty easy to do that when you were up front most of the race.
Yes, sir. And I mean, it was some fun pack racing at points there. I got to give a shout out to my JCR teammates, Clash and JWoww, for coming to Giggity and taking my word and sponsoring this league. We're more than ready to grow with you as a league in general, and really grow this league to something, you know, really big. It's already big, but we want to take it to the next level. Yeah, and again, gotta shout out Noko. That's the boy, the homie. We're always thinking about him, and just a really good win, man. I'm ready for Kentucky. I built a piece. I actually got ahead of the game for once and built a piece there last week, So it's pretty much set in stone. I'll try it a couple times online, but it's ready to go.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought up Milko. To any of the viewers at home that have been looking for a checkup on him, he actually, they are getting a new doctor that will be closer to home, so we may be seeing Milko here in the near future. And keep in mind, he is still a member of the Custom Cup Series, so we may actually be getting a Milko sighting on track here within the next couple weeks. So keep your eyes on that. And so from everyone here at Giggity Racing League, again, congratulations to McLovin, and thank you
The
to
JCR McLovin car.
our new sponsors, JCR. Thank you guys for coming on board, and definitely looking forward to seeing this league as well as those drivers and their little crew. You know, I want to see all this grow, and this should be a great partnership. So from myself, D. Smith, and McLovin here at Giggity Racing League, we want to thank all the viewers for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the Developmental Series.
Have a good night.